I'm Ricky Willis. You might have seen me on TV, and now I'm taking on the podcast world. Join me as we dive into stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I believe everyone has a story we can learn from. Let's talk about yours. This is the Clever Conversations podcast. What's going on, baby? It's your man, Clever. You know, Clever Conversations. I want to thank y'all for coming by and having another clever conversation with your boy. So today, we have James Moore, entrepreneur, retired longshoreman, and literacy advocate here with us. Listen, man. Hey, thank you for stopping by, baby.
No problem. Looking forward to it.
Listen, man. So, James, man, people don't understand that you're doing a lot of stuff out here, man.
I mainly work behind the scenes.
Okay, so tell the people a little bit about who James Moore is.
First of all, I'm a man of God. I'm a father, a loving husband, and a man for the people. I just want to see people win, you know? I don't need to be clapped for when we score a touchdown. We on the same team, so, you know.
When we win, we all win.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's me.
So you got a couple of things you're doing. You're a retired longshoreman, ILA. That's
14.
For people that don't know, a longshoreman is the people that works at the dock where all the product is brought into the different cities.
Yeah, load and unload cargo ships.
Okay.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
So how long have you been doing that?
I've been retired for 3 years, 9 months now. So it would have been almost 24 years.
24.
Yeah.
So you was actively on the ports 20 plus years.
Man, almost every day. Every day, man. Like, I mean, with seniority, things got easier, but yeah, I'm proud to say I paid my dues.
Okay. And you are the owner of Moore Books?
Yeah, man, Moore Books. Actually, it started off as a concept. My wife and I were just laying in bed, you know, talking about, man, kids don't read no more. They're always on their phone. And I started out with a newspaper. You know, it was a little thing in a newspaper called a mini page. And I was on it. I was on until I was able to actually grab the newspaper from my dad. So, you know, it was always interesting to me. Like, this happened over there. And they doing this. And, you know, just to keep up instead of just watching TV, you know, on a news.
Reading.
Yeah, I was reading it. Yeah, and it became interesting to
and
me.
You probably absorbed more of it reading it.
Yeah, because you were focused.
Yeah, and when you read it, I feel like if you tell me something, I'll probably get it.
Right.
Or my wife will say no. But if you tell me something, I will probably get it. But if I read it, I will most definitely get it.
Man, it gives you a tunnel vision, man, that you won't believe. You'll just be hooked. Whether it's a book, whether it's the Bible, whether it's newspaper, whatever it is. You know, people today have gotten into more podcasting, which is a good thing, you know, but just being locked in and focused, man, you can't put a good book down. And I stand for that.
Reading is very fun to our mental.
Right.
Fun to see what I did there. Right.
You clever.
But with that, I'm saying it is real cool that you would put out the whole concept of more books, because the stigma or stereotype, if you will, is if you want to hide something from people, put it in the book.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna really read it. I'd rather see it.
Right.
And I'm guilty of watching more movies than I am reading the books, even though people's like, yo, the book was much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got like 2 hours and 36 minutes. This movie is 1 hour and 48 minutes.
Well, it's a difference to you because you would rather, it's not a knock.
Right.
You would rather be entertained than be enlightened at that particular time.
I like the way you changed that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Entertained or enlightened.
Yeah. So a book or literature enlightens you. You know, movies and commercials and all, they entertain you. That's what it is. So you're going to go for the more fun stuff until you feel like being isolated, until you feel like sitting down and paying attention to what somebody else's thoughts are in a particular subject or a story or whatever. You know, it puts you in the book, man. It is addictive.
So with the concept of more books, can you explain the process? Okay, so you and the wife just chopping it up and, you know what, children don't read more, and go.
Yeah, so in the beginning, the very beginning, I'm not trying to put her out. She was having trouble in the beginning, like in school and in elementary school. And she started off with an IEP. You know, and me being a little young black boy, they don't think I'm gonna be, you know, smart or whatever. So it was a challenge to both of us starting out. And to see our children always in their phones, always, you know, in the iPads and almost not being focused enough to sit down and read, we wanted to change things. It is very hard to compete against these tablets, the internet, the TV. You know, it's very hard to compete against it. We're not trying to win and take people back, but we want y'all to know what y'all missing.
Enlighten entertainment.
Yeah, it's a juggle.
That was very profound that you said that because it's reality.
It is. And even with the logo itself, if you would see Moore is our last name. The 2 O's are the glasses that I wear. You know, my colors are orange and blue, which is my favorite football team. The bookstore is actually based in Chicago, and we're sponsored by HarperCollins.
Okay.
You know, so it's
that's huge, man.
It's a deeper meaning than just trying to get people to just read. It's deeper for us, man. It's deeper for us. We've had interviews with emerging artists and second-time artists, who authors. I'm sorry, not artists. Authors who write their books, and we do a crowdcast with them and interview them.
Yeah, I saw something online. Maybe you guys was in New York or Detroit doing something with it.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, we had one artist. He wrote a children's book, and it's very fun, man, to get with the authors and, you know, tinker with them and what's inside their head, what made them write this, and give us, you know, the subject and all of that, and for us to disperse it. And we also make it available on our website, www.moorebooksllc.com. You can go there and find anything. If we don't have it in stock, put it in the search bar for it. Put your information in. We'll make sure we get it to you. We try to do free shipping and stuff like that. Just a little incentive.
So with your business, you have access to pretty much any book.
Pretty much anything. And we're not doing it for profit. Like I said, it's a mini movement that we're just trying to, you know, promote literacy.
Yeah, man, that's got to be cool, man. It's got to be a cool feeling just to think, you know what? I want to do this to help somebody else.
Right. That's my niche, man. That's no matter what it is. I want everybody to see how you smiling up here. Just want everybody to be happy, man. We it's been tough. Actually, September the 4th made 5 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not been a struggle. We don't want to compare ourselves, like I said, against the internet and stuff like that, but to see the small movement and to see people's faces light up when we have our booth at, whether it be a Juneteenth festival or whatever, you know, kind of, you know, little thing we holding or whatever, and they come and they just smile and they see, oh, I want this one. And I love it, man.
I got to say, I brought my first one from you about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
about 3 years ago.
I appreciate that.
No, listen, I wasn't doing you a favor. I was doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. I am supposed to help support and promote the brothers and the sisters and anybody that's making power moves. And if we can't support each other, how can we ask somebody to support us?
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about, okay, so we got ILA and retired. Yeah. So let's stay right there a little bit.
Okay.
What is the craziest thing you've seen happen at the ILA, without passing names, of course? The craziest thing you've seen?
Oh, man. Well, I've been, before then, I've been a certified firefighter, you know, EMT and stuff like that, and I've seen some things. But to see somebody actually get crushed by cargo. After that morning, we had a checkout. We call it checkout. It's work dispatch. And usually the lower seniority people would let, as higher seniority people, we would let the lower seniority people kind of go and do the grunt work, you know, on the other side of town. And we had this one guy, won't say his name, he was just hell-bent on going over there. You know, he didn't want to, you know, come where the containers and stuff were. He was like, so-and-so, man, don't go over there, man. Let them boys have it. Let them have it. Maybe it was his destiny to go that day, but for him to get wrapped up and tangled up in moving pipe, like, that was tough. That was tough. I've had, you know, fingers broken, smashed hands, twist ankles. I done got hit by equipment coming out the sky. It's very dangerous. It is nothing past surprising or God that it's not a terrific accident down there every day. They down there not moving. They moving down there right now. And it's so many people that's moving factors to that, man. It's amazing. It's amazing that that big container ship can come and float in the water. But if you throw your pen or your cell phone, it's just gone. Yeah, right. So it's amazing. It's interesting to me, some of the things that you have to do in detail. You know, if you have a hang up with the containers, they got to put you up in the crane, and it's dangerous.
Wow.
I'm not a thrill seeker, but it's.
Did you have to have special training before you go out?
It's on the job training. The only thing you get trained for is forklifts and jockey trucks, but all hands-on work, you're learning as you go. So you gotta kind of fake them out to make them think you know what you're doing. Like you know when you lock the jockey in for this me. My last name is Moore. I got a long line of longshoremen in my family. I come from good stock. You know,
Then I get up about 14 feet and start shaking.
This what they be doing?
So let's go with a more happier note. What is the single? Let's change that. What is one of the best things or best life experiences that you had out in your 20 plus years?
Just being able to make moves. You know, you kind of write your own check, especially once you get a little seniority. You got this camaraderie with the guys who you started out with, because when you first start out, it's hard work, it's rough, it's long hours. That you're away from your family a lot.
That's the TWIC card thing, right? Like when you go out there, you gotta get a TWIC card and wait.
With the TWIC card, no, the TWIC card is just an access pass to be on the dock. Period.
And then once you get one, if you brand new, you have to wait around to get the work.
No. The TWIC card is not. It's not distributed through ILA. That's through the federal government. They give you access to get on the port. On the port, yeah. So you have to have a work card is distributed by the hall itself, or by International Longshoremen 1414 itself, which allows you to come into the industry and work your seniority day by day.
When you said seniority, how you, like, if let's say I got the TWIC card, I went through that process, I go in there tomorrow, and what do I do?
Nothing. You just have to wait until they need help.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like a labor finders type thing.
Gotcha.
Almost, like that.
So I could sit there for 4 days and...
You could sit there for a month and not get nothing. It depends on how the ship's coming. It depends on who are coming to work. It depends on what time of year it is, because you kind of under a contract where you have to get 700 minimum work hours to keep your seniority. But it also goes by 700 hours would get you, I think it's 70% insurance. 1,000 and then 1,300 to get you 100% insurance. That's just you go and pay your little $10 copay for you. Wow. And you. It could be you and your spouse. It could be you and your family. Whether I got one child or whether I got 14 children.
How old do your children have to be? Because I can give you my numbers.
Yeah.
And you can put no. Okay.
You gotta be 18. You gotta be 18 to be employed by the union itself. So,
no, I'm saying to be on your insurance.
Oh, the day of conception.
So I can give you my information to get on your insurance?
Well, no, because I can't claim you on my taxes.
Okay, cool. So you go down there, you wait, you get work.
It's all a process, and it's usually the time when high seniority people would take, quote unquote, a vacation or a few days off to be with family, because you're always on the go. Yeah. And you know how that could be.
How many people roughly just at this? So with ILA, it's a huge organization.
It is. It's international.
Okay. But just in this area, how many people, or at the port here, how many people would you say on average it is? 3,000, 5,600.
In our union, I would give you 2,500. I haven't been in a quote unquote checkout, and it's been a while. Not to mention Georgia Port Authority workers and contractors. let's say this, to make a ship run, if it was a small ship, a one gang ship. So this is minimum.
What does one gang mean to regular
One
people?
gang would mean.
Is that reference to how many trailers is on it?
No. One staff to make. So if I had a restaurant, I would need at least one server. I would need at least two cooks, a bartender, a dishwasher, and a manager. So this would be 7 truck drivers. You know, they to and fro. You would have 4 shipside people. There's just 4 corners on the box. And if we need to, you know, put equipment in to make them stack up like Legos, you need 4 of those people. You need 6 lashers, 3 on each side of the box. They're tied down to the ship with metal rods, steel rods. That's kind of rough. And then you also have what they call gang men who make sure the floor where the boxes stack up on the ship itself, and also going up high, make sure all the equipment is in place. So that's a one gang minimum.
Wow.
Minimum, yeah. And they have now, these boats got 6 gangs, man. It is amazing how that port has grown.
So what is the craziest thing you ever seen in a container? If the container, I don't know if, because I don't know how true it is. It could just be internet, but I feel like I saw some bobcats or something that was supposed to come out of a container or something about a year ago, maybe 6 months.
They special transport live cargo, but I've seen everything from a car to food to tires to motor oil. We had a storm maybe about 10 years ago, between 10 and 15 years ago, and one of the containers got damaged. And we thought we was going to have an easy day. Yeah, we got some bad intel. Hey, man, they got some boxes or whatever. They need to, you know, take out a one that's open or damaged and put in another one. We got over there, and I lie to you not, Rick. I know we moved 500, at least 500 treadmills. The box was wet, had to throw it in the trash, but we still had to touch it. And it had to come out a 40-foot container. Man, I can't imagine. I thank the older guys who paved the way. I pay homage to them, man, because they work with their hands. Like, we got forklifts and, you know, pallet jacks and stuff like that, but to actually have to touch every one of those treadmills, a treadmill is heavy. And if it's in an awkward-sized box or a wet box, you got to transfer that. Man, it's...
My grandfather worked down there many years ago.
Man.
And so when I was growing up, I said, Granddad, won't you get me on down? Get me on down at the port.
It looked good. It's glamorous looking job.
Well, I say somebody else caused me not to get this job because I said, Granddad, won't you get me on? Because he's been down there, and when he was around, bless his soul, when he was around, every year he used to go down there and do a prayer. He was a preacher. So every year he used to go down to the hall and do a prayer. And so he had some name clout down there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I said, Granddad, get me on, man. You know, I'm old enough now. I like to get out there and get some of this money because I understand the paper is good, dog. So I said, Granddad, get me on. And Granddad said, nope, because your uncles before you ruined it.
Wow.
I got them on. They didn't go to work. They didn't do this. I said, but Granddad, I'm not them. He said, nobody else is going to mess up my name.
Wow.
That's what I said. Wow.
I've seen that before. It all kind of, the concept was look out for you and your family. And you can take advantage of it or you can squander it. I've seen both. I've taken advantage of it. You know, I've seen it squandered. I've seen some people come without responsibility. Not saying that you need a family or you need children, you know, but if you don't have anything of value that you're responsible for, you kind of going to piss it away. Whether you a young guy or whether you just careless and reckless. I've seen it. I've seen it on both levels. And nobody wants anybody to ruin their name. You know, like if I give you a suggestion, even if I give you a restaurant suggestion, you go there and the food sucks or the service is bad, you know, you're going, man, James told me to come here, man. I'm not going here no more, man.
Facts.
And then you in the barbershop and somebody bring up whatever restaurant. Yeah, I've been there, man. They ain't no good. So the person who's never been, they ain't gonna never go. So just
Right.
imagine if you know, putting your family on or your friends on and it don't work out, it's
Yeah.
gonna look bad on you, you know? And you know how you can get blackballed or be talked about. You might not never hear it, but it's still going
Yeah,
on.
you'll never
yeah,
know
nobody
until it
nobody
happens.
wants that. Nobody wants that.
So let's talk a little bit about family, brothers, sisters. Tell the people a little bit about your family, your upbringing, where were you born, and things of that nature, and bring us up to today.
Born right here in the Pope.
Okay.
Born right here in the Pope. My family, man, is amazing to me. I got this funny dynamic, you know, it's blended on both sides. And I've even, you know, been blessed to be in a blended family. So my mother had 4 children. My dad had 6 children. I'm the only one between the two.
Okay.
You understand? I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, you know, the parents working or whatever, helped raise my younger siblings. I even had to come back home. Once my mom got sick, I had to come home and, you know, help take care of them also. But my family has and had a huge impression on me because it was always love. Always love. You know, you come in, you got to hug everybody
You
in the
better.
room, kiss everybody. Right.
You better.
It almost, you know, even when you older now, we still do that.
You better.
You know, hug every single person in the room.
Try not to hug Aunt Vera if you want to.
Yeah.
Try.
Exactly.
You try.
Exactly. She gonna wring your neck, man. She gonna be it's been amazing because you always have that support. It may not be to the level that you think it should be, but you got to know everybody still loves you, you know, from afar, especially with the things I've had going on with me personally lately. I may feel lonely, but if anybody who knows I'm feeling that way, they'll go above and beyond their way to make sure I'm, you know, good or comfortable or whatever. But huge family, man. It's been a gift and a curse because when you have no responsibility, growing up as a child, you around all your family. But then when you get responsibility, you gotta go to work. So you ain't no just hanging around playing. You know, where James at? Oh, he at work. The good part about it is, I think at one time I counted 37 of my family members that work in the same union as I. So I was seeing the guys and I was seeing my cousins.
30 plus people work where you work.
In our family alone. And these were from high-ranking officials to people who just started, came behind me.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been there. You know, it starts with the A card. From the A card on up until whatever the last section is now, I'm pretty sure we got family in every section. And they're on double letters. It's 26 single letters in the alphabet. I think they're on double E or double F.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've what they say, we've been deep, you know, for a while. So to see them, you know, every day, to go to retired where you don't see hardly nobody, you know, it's a gift and a curse because you got a lot of time to unwind and relax and plan your days and get things done and, you know, spend time with your family.
Get up when you want to.
When you want to, yeah.
Play a lot of golf.
A lot.
Yeah.
Fishing, a lot.
Fishing.
Reading a lot. Work on your mental health, which is a big thing, you know, these days, a big thing. If you ain't, you know, we were brought up to be tough and just shrug it off or sweep it under the rug.
Mental health was weak.
Right. That's what it was. That was a cry. Oh, you soft. That boy soft.
Mental health.
Yeah. Even on the athletic side. Next play, don't worry about because the boy scored a touchdown on you or he shot a basket on you or they hit a home run. Next play. Yeah. But nah, man, you don't want to keep ignoring that. It's just a lot. Even with just small communication between you and your spouse. You know, you'll be surprised how much that helps a man process things, you know. Sitting down, having a cigar, playing golf with your buddies. It's therapeutic. It's very
My family don't understand. Listen, they don't understand. I'm not doing this just because I enjoy it. I'm doing it partly because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
The other part, it's because it's therapeutic.
It is.
Or what James said.
It is. It is. Very. Trust me. I love the fact that I do have time to process things and also work on myself these days, as far as being retired, because I remember we did a little, how you get the family together and let's do a what you call it, impressions or interpretations.
Right.
And man, them kids, they got me so bad. And I was like, am I like that?
Everybody was
yeah,
impersonating you.
they impersonating me. And it's like, I came in, I was on the phone. Yeah, man, so-and-so and so-and-so. We got this and we got that. And I got to be back. And we got a so-and-so, so-and-so. And they walked past me, kissed my wife, and went on, was doing something else. And it was like, everything was just about work. I was like, I ain't like that. It was like, yes, you are. Everybody at the same time said, yes, you are. And I was like, oh, man, I'm cheating them. Yeah. I'm cheating because I would rush, to get home, whether it be on a lunch break or whether I don't get a job that particular day. And I would be happy being around them, but I'm always thinking about
what I gotta do.
What
I gotta do next.
It is so consuming, man.
This growing up, being an adult thing, I feel a wee bit like it's overrated.
It is. But I mean, I know your parents told you, wait till you get old. You gonna understand what I'm saying,
if
man.
You only knew. Dad used to say, "Turn the lights out," and I'd be like, "It's just a light." You act like it's a whole bunch of money. Turn the lights out, Ricky. I'm like to myself, of course, because my dad was karate black belt, so I'm not gonna ever. But I'm like, Dad, this is just a light to myself.
Yeah.
Then when I got older and the light bill come to me, turn them lights
all
off.
the way off. We don't need this.
You know what? We getting ready to leave the house. Cut the breakers.
Everything. Unplug the clock. Like
cut the breakers.
Run, man? I'm telling you.
Every time we came home, ice was thawed out. The freezer was.
Yeah. I tried to make the change and get the energy efficient, high def light bulbs.
Yeah. Georgia Power still high.
I don't know where they get their rates from. We used to see the meter man come around back in the day. Where is he?
Meter man gone.
Who is reading my meter to say that I owe this much
money?
And
what meter?
What meter?
Because the meter that I'm looking at said it should be like $172.
Right.
Not $568.32.
I don't know. It's called growing up.
It's been 93 degrees before.
Yeah. It actually seems like we were always in triple digits all summer when we were growing up. But these days, it seems hotter.
Yeah.
It seems
hotter.
What
a true test, and I can't say that I'm going to try it. I cannot say that I'm going to try it. I cannot say that I've tried it in many years. But the true test is the water hose water.
These kids today can't believe we drunk out the water.
The water hose water. Yeah. That's the true test.
That's the test.
You go get that hose, you the first person.
Yeah. You got to let it run for a second.
Yeah, because if not, you got a mouthful of hot coffee.
Yeah. You got to let it run for a second. But it was like, why y'all drunk out the water hose? That's nasty. Because you couldn't go in the house.
If you went in the house, you stayed in the house.
And you had chores galore. You
be the only child in this house if you want to.
You going to work yourself to death. You be asleep. You be asleep, man.
Everybody out there on their bikes.
All day. Right. We going all day.
Until
street light came on.
Street lights come on.
That's right.
It's a wrap.
That's right.
You better be home before the street lights come. But you know what? That was a whole different time, right? Because if you think about it, back then, it was a much safer time.
Yeah, because everybody knew everybody on the block.
Right. And it was a much safer time, and we didn't really, and not to say that crime wasn't going on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Yeah. Nowadays, you see a car that you don't know in the neighborhood, you
follow it all the way till it's gone. Yeah.
Oh, that's y'all? Y'all just got a new car?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. A lot of that has to do with respect also, because on the way home, when you turn the corner and Miss So-and-so was sitting on the porch, hey, y'all chill, she on the porch. Because you know she gonna call and tell that we acting up down the street.
You try to
to
disrespect Miss Jenkins if you want to.
If you want to.
You try.
Yeah.
Because back in our day, Ma and Pa Willis gave Miss Jenkins the authority
That's right.
to tighten me
handle
up
that. Handle that.
if she see me out of pocket.
And when you
Because
get
they know
home-
Miss Jenkins wasn't going to bully on me,
Right.
but they know that Miss Jenkins was going to keep me in line.
Right. And then when you got home, you got it again for first acting up.
And making me look bad in front of Miss Jenkins.
Embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, if Miss Jenkins ever at the
Yeah. Again. Yep.
times was different,
Man, listen, you can't even beat these kids no more because they feelings will be hurt.
Dude, you can't talk to him aggressively.
Yeah, you can't.
Take the trash out. Oh, man. He said I wasn't nothing. What?
Yeah.
I just asked, no, officer, stop. No, I just asked him to take the trash out.
Yeah. We had this thing, man. Well, I know I told my mom one time, I can't think of the number, but it was like, man, I'm gonna call the number or something after I got a beating. I mean, I was, butt hurt and
It wasn't
feelings
911.
crushed. No, it was like, I'm gonna call the child abuse. I'm gonna call the child abuse.
Okay.
You go ahead and call them.
Okay.
You go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And let me find out about it before they get here.
Okay.
They gonna really have to. You gonna have to get the ambulance
Listen.
too.
So I know somebody that told their parent, I'm gonna call the child abuse people, and their mother said, I'll have your bags packed by the time they get here.
By the time they get here.
You can go, they can
That's
take
right.
you.
That's right. That's right.
You can go.
Man, you can't even play around like
Man,
that with
times
these
has
kids no
just
more.
changed,
They
bro.
have. They have. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna switch the roles.
Let's
on
do
you.
it.
You got beautiful girls.
Four.
Do you blame us as parents for wanting them to have more, making life easier for the culture change?
I do not blame us parents for wanting our children to have more. I do, however, blame our generation for not being parents first. Okay, so
Oh wow.
because the thing is, I got 4 daughters.
Yeah.
I'm daddy first. I'm homie, friend second. I'm even Ricky third in some cases. But first, I'm dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means is that
You always had a level of respect.
they're gonna always respect me. And even when I'm homie or Ricky, that's when we just having fun and chilling. And it's not like a disrespect.
Right.
If hey Ricky, what's up? They're not disrespecting me.
Right.
Like one of my daughters work with me, and at work she don't be like, I'll get my daddy to call you. She said I'll get Ricky to call you.
You're right.
So she's grown, she's an adult, you
Right.
know. But at the same time, I know that if I was at home, she wouldn't be like, hey Ricky, you agree with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do blame us for one, trying to be more of a friend than a parent. Because we've done a whole lot of being friends and no, just allow me to express themselves. Now you're doing all of that. Now they're not taking you seriously. Now they don't respect you at all. Now you thinking you're their friend, trying to be their friend, want to go out and club with them, want to do this too.
Oh, no,
and listen, now that they become inmate 723-6-4,
Yeah.
they talking to you reckless on the other side of that glass because you allowed them to
that.
do
Yeah.
whatever it was they did.
Well, I'm partially guilty of that. I got a soon to be 22-year-old senior in college. And the reason that I kind of went to that level is so she would open up to me. You know, like I ain't no free passes. Like I'm still daddy. You gonna respect me as daddy, like you said. But for her to be able to communicate, because, it could be tough for a young girl to communicate with her dad.
I got 4.
Exactly. You know exactly what I mean.
I got 4. And for me, it was a matter of, one is they have to have a trust in you.
Right.
First, they have to have a trust in you.
Right.
And the trust in you is not just, I trusted him, but I feel like the trust has to be like, I know this guy got me.
Got me right.
If I'm right, if I'm wrong, whatever, this guy got me.
Right.
So I feel like part of it is that they have to trust you in that. The other part I feel like is you have to have had enough conversation with them that they feel comfortable with you telling you their truths. Because a lot of times even as a child, I didn't always tell my mom and dad the truth
Right.
because I didn't feel comfortable with them having my truth. I felt comfortable with them having the truth that they wanted to hear, but not with having my truth.
Yeah.
And so I think that for me, the saving grace was I was always father first, but then I was immediately a friend to my daughters. We was always so, like, even to this day, to this very day, we hang out every weekend, every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Every Friday, every Saturday, or every Sunday, me and my girls are hanging out, and we're having fun, and we're building memories that, one, a lot of people never have. Two is stuff you'll never be able to recreate. You'll never be able to have those moments again
right.
if you don't build them now. Plus, three is the legacy of when I'm gone, they'll still continue that kind of
that's right.
legacy with their families.
That's right.
And we go on game night. It's your house, we doing this, we doing that. We go on family, we got a family trip, whatever. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Growing up, mom and dad, we were the family that everybody, all our cousins wanted to, man, I wanted to go with Uncle Raymond and Aunt Daisy.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, man, y'all. We was the family in the neighborhood. Although we were poor.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Although we were broke, mom, and I said we like it was me. No, although mom and dad was broke, we wasn't poor, right? So with that being said, even people in our neighborhood was like, man, I want to go to Ricky and Denise's house.
Yeah.
Because they thought we had it. And we did to a certain degree, but we was still broke.
Yeah.
We wasn't poor, but we was broke. And so mom and dad did everything they felt like they could do to shift us far away from that feeling.
Right.
So now I got daughters, and I want to do everything I can possible to shift them away from knowing that the light bill is due tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to go to Crystal's tonight.
Right.
The light bill is due tomorrow, but we're going to have pizza tonight.
Right.
The rent is due tomorrow, and I don't have it. And I don't know where I'm going to get it from. We're going to go ice cream tonight.
Yeah, create memories.
It was that part, and I got to say that I am blessed, man, because the relationships that I have with my daughters, everybody don't get this kind of relationship with their daughters.
They don't.
Everybody don't get this kind of relationship with their daughters. I can only wish and pray that every man have an opportunity to have the relationship that I have with my daughters. Yeah. One of my homies was like, yo, Rick, man, the relationship you and your daughters got?
Yeah.
I said, listen, it didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
I had to show and prove them.
Right.
I had to become their friend.
Right.
They had to know that they can talk to me and trust me. Just because you my parent don't mean that don't mean I trust you.
Right.
So they had to do that, and for me, it's just I wouldn't trade it for a thing.
I can't imagine.
I wouldn't trade it for a thing.
It's amazing.
I wouldn't. I'm a father and a friend. Like I wouldn't trade it for a thing.
Yeah, but you gotta agree that we have gotten softer.
I feel like I'm a little bit like sugar now. Then I was more like hot sauce, but now I'm softer.
Listen, we got kids that were born with a black president. We got kids who have never wrung out a mop with their bare hands.
We have children that wouldn't know what a clothesline is for.
At all.
We have children, I talked about this in another interview. We have children that don't understand that at 11 o'clock, TV went off. And wait. It's not that I'm telling you to turn the TV off.
Yeah.
You couldn't watch nothing if you wanted to. We didn't have no BET and MTV. It wasn't none of that.
None of that.
It was 3 major stations.
Yeah.
And then PBS if it was possible in your region.
Yeah.
Then you get the Frost.
Yeah.
In the bars. And then get them the national anthem.
Yeah.
So I told them that, and they was like, what?
Yeah. That's true.
They would never know that. So it was funny because when growing up, I used to talk to Dad, and I used to be like, "What you doing, old man?
Yeah.
What you doing, old man?"
We here now.
Dad used to say, "Keep living."
We here now.
My daughters, "Hey, what you doing, old man?"
Yeah. Listen, I'll be 49 in a couple of months, and until this day, I still say, "That's what my daddy was talking about." That's what
We get the jewels much later. Much later, the light comes on.
Yeah.
It's like a delay light switch, right?
Yeah.
He told you in 72.
Yeah.
And now 24,
yeah.
and you like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
And I'm thinking I'm young. I got these new ideas, and this old man.
And we think we know
this
everything,
old man don't
too.
know what he talking about.
We know everything.
Yeah.
We know everything.
Yeah. He would just look at me and, what? And shake his head. Like, he said, "You'll get it one day." Like,
What did Dad do?
My dad was a teacher and a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, a teacher and a coach. So very influential. I tell a lot of people this story. They don't believe me until I pull the plaque out.
What's his name?
James German.
Okay.
Deacon Coach James German.
A legend in our area.
Yeah, yeah.
A legend.
Yeah.
Let me say it one more time. Coach German was a legend in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, he was. He
I didn't even know he was family at that time.
Yeah.
I just know he was a legend.
Yeah. So many stories and lessons and scenarios, and we talked every day. Like I said, people don't believe I had perfect attendance in high school. I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Your dad was there?
Exactly. Exactly. So, on the ride, it's usually quiet, early in the morning. But it was always a lesson, right? Whether we got there, when we got out the van, or he had a Cherokee, and we would get out for that morning. He'll always have something to say. It may not be necessarily a Bible verse or "Don't you act up today."
He always gave you a jewel.
Always gave me a jewel or a nugget. Always. And it was along the lines of, look, from "Don't you embarrass me around these people" to "You my son, you got my name." You don't see me around here acting a fool. Don't you act a fool. His number one word to me was character. My number one word is accountability, but his word was character, and that is how you act when you think no one is watching.
What people see.
Exactly. So if you got good character, it don't matter what somebody would say or do to tarnish your name or your legacy. People know you.
Because you're going to do the right thing every time.
Right. And Rick don't act like that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
And I feel like once your character is built, for example, we've been knowing each other many, many years.
Long time.
Many years.
Long time.
Many years. And if somebody says something to you, for example, if somebody said, "Man, I seen Rick at the club. He was drunk, drinking vodka." You're going to be like,
I'm going to rebuke that first.
Because Rick is a bourbon drinker.
Yeah, I'm going to handle that first, and then I'll call you later. I'm going to make it right now. But then I'll call you
because
later.
You know my character.
Right.
Anybody that knows me knows that I am bourbon and cigars. Yeah. That's just
in the garage, in the man cave.
I am so comfortable with being with me, a glass of bourbon, cigar, and mocha.
Yeah.
It's crazy how comfortable I am with that. I'm at peace with it.
Yeah.
I don't have no extra voice. I'm just peaceful. So you're gonna know because you know my character.
Right.
If somebody came to me and was like, "J-Mo came in here kicking stuff down and cussing," I'm gonna be like,
Not my cousin J-Mo.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Your wife could say that to me, and I'm gonna be like, "I love you, but not my cousin," because I know your character.
Yeah.
And so building character is something that holds and it walks with you.
Right. Let's get to this.
Let's get to it.
So it's been almost 90 days where I had a little episode. We had a Juneteenth pageant. I was one of the judges, and I had a seizure and a stroke.
At the same time?
At the same time, from what I've been told.
Okay.
My wife tell me, I got cousins who tell me, got friends who tell me, what all went down. I was in a coma for 4 days. So she told me, this hurt me for her to feel this way. She said, I went from being afraid to being embarrassed about how I was acting,
About how you were acting?
At that particular time.
Yeah, because at that point, I was going to say, at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I've been a savage. I grew up not ghetto rough, but little
hood.
Yeah, just a little.
Let's
hood.
go with little
just
hood.
A little hood.
Little
Just
hood.
a little bit. Had some fights and confrontations and stuff like that, But I've always been placed in a decent situation to where I knew what right and wrong was, and I always made the best choice because, one, I didn't want to embarrass my parents, back home.
2, you was in your right state of mind.
Exactly. Because I've seen examples of how it can go wrong. But acting outside of my character doing this particular episode, fussing at nurses and
being aggressive,
ripping lines out. Yeah, and I was like, what? It was embarrassing to me when I'm told these things. Like, yeah, you was acting up and I was like, ain't no way. Because I work hard on my good name.
And your character.
I tell my son
Dad gave you character.
That's
your
right.
good name and your character.
I tell my son that, hey, I heard it somewhere else before. I ain't got much to give you, but you got my name. You don't want to say, hey, yeah, you little J-Mo. And I don't want, in the next line to be like, man, your daddy is a fool. I don't want to embarrass my kids like that. But yeah, just, being told how things was and me not remembering, it's eye-opening.
So, did you and I recall those because I checked up on you.
Yeah.
Do you know what the situation was that caused this? Did they ever find out?
Yeah, listen.
What happened?
I got to look into the camera on this one. When people say men handle your health, high blood pressure, the silent killer is just that. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to make it out, without damage to my, my body, my brain. You can hardly tell. I'm still getting stronger every day, but handle your business, men, especially black men. I don't want to be biased, but just men in general, because we the leader of our homes, we the leader of our community, and without us, it'll go haywire. So handle that. But yeah, my blood pressure was out of control.
So your blood pressure went out of control.
Yeah.
And this caused the seizure and the
stroke at the same time. So yeah, I made a foolish decision. I'm not afraid to say it because I didn't like the way this particular medicine was making me feel. You know how you go to the dentist and they put that little thing on you and say, I'm gonna take these pictures. I felt like I had that on as a jacket or a winter coat.
The weight.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I can't go on the ship like this. It make me sleepy all the time. Like, I don't like the way this make me feel. I feel fine. You can't feel it. So you don't know. I didn't have a machine or a cuff home or whatever to, check my levels all the time. And it was hypertension, it was stress, and not that nobody was stressing me out, but just me being a man, providing for my children, my wife.
People don't understand that part.
It's a lot.
A lot of people don't understand that part.
It's a lot. And like I said, we blend it, so it's a bunch of
more.
moving parts. It's a bunch of moving parts to it, You sweep that under the rug if you want to. It'll come back to haunt you. And that's what happened to me. I'm just lucky enough or blessed enough to not have remnants of it, where like I'm, handicapped. Now I play that handicap card now. If somebody say, hey, you a so-and-so, oh, I can't do that. I'm handicapped. I play it all the way.
So do you get the park up front at McDonald's?
Yes, of course. Everywhere. I will circle the block.
Can I drive your car and you take my car for a walk?
Yeah, man. It's
So the blessing is that even though those things happen, no one can look at you. Nobody will. I will not. I know because I know, right?
Right.
But if I didn't know, nobody would look at you. I wouldn't look at you right now and be like, yo, he had a stroke a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the
wouldn't-
blessing is that your recovery game was amazing.
Yeah, that was a blessing.
Amazing.
That was a blessing. So I deem it necessary to share my story and also encourage other men, you know, to one, get on top of it, you know, two, not take it for granted.
I'm guilty.
We all are.
Guilty.
We all are. But if I don't, because you can't see what happened to me, it makes me more inclined to tell my story and let you know what happened to me so you won't be affected by it.
So, what would be with your story being what it was, what would be your advice to men?
Don't ignore yourself. Rather it be one to put others first, or rather it be two to just be non-compliant or neglect yourself. Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
So, with that being said, is it saying about getting checkups? Is it saying about checking stress levels? Is it saying about
Yeah, it's more about managing those things instead of letting things go haywire. You can. I tell my wife something all the time. I know she get tired of it when she comes with the scenario. I say it's two things you could do. You could do something about it or nothing at all. You don't want that nothing at all. I've been a victim to that. You don't want that. You know, be proactive. If you got to make plans ahead of time to do the research, you know, on prevention or how to react to things, to talk to somebody. You can't be Superman for everybody and not be Superman for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's people who are trained to listen. If I call you, you're gonna give me some, not some, I don't take it at face value, but you're gonna tell me, yeah, cuz I remember I went through this, this right here, I kind of liken it to this, and I don't need at that particular time a scenario, or I don't need an answer. I need an ear.
sometimes you just need people to listen?
Listen, yeah.
So there was a study done a while ago, and somebody asked me the answer. Somebody asked me the question, so that's how I got the information about the study. It was a study done, and the question was posed: what percentage of people do you think know how to listen?
Yeah.
What percentage would you say?
5.
2%.
2%. Wow.
98% of us, and I'm in the 98%. When you start talking to me, I start putting the story together in my head.
Yeah.
For example, if you say, hey, Rick, man, I went to the club the other day and I seen this dude. So now I'm thinking in my head, so the dude try to mess with him, or the dude.
Yeah.
So
You're trying to fix the problem already.
I'm putting the story together in my head. 2% of people know how to keep their head blank and just listen to what you got to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
2%.
Wow.
So I'm guilty of being in the 98% of the people that with somebody, my wife will say, so I went to work today and I'm already thinking, so this girl, what she say?
That's me.
What she say?
That's me all day.
What
Do
she
I
say?
need to show up?
I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah, that's me. That is me.
I'm in the 98%.
But I've learned to just listen. I learned to just listen, you know. You've been married way longer than I have.
Couple days,
But you don't always have to come to that conversation with a solution. You know, you can be your spouse's vent post or whatever.
Again, sometimes you just need to listen.
Listen, yeah.
Sometimes when you talking to me, when we chopping it up.
Yeah. Which has been it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So even if we just hit the driving range, it's fine.
Listen, when we talking,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't want me to talk. You just want me to listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm talking to you, all I really need you to do is listen, because you can't, in this particular scenario, fix the
Right.
only thing you could do is allow me to release the
out.
pressure off this ball and pot top.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
So let's talk about let's talk about your retirement. Let's talk about how did you feel once you retired? I understand. I don't know how true it is. I understand that once you retire, that's when you really start to work.
Well, it goes both ways. At first, I had this tremendous anxiety about being able to provide and support my family, support my wife, and just continue being the man that I was before things happened. Ain't missed a beat, man. There's so much of an overflow, and I'm thankful to God for it. I miss the camaraderie. I miss seeing my friends and my cousins, every day almost, unless they don't show up, because I was there. I was there. My union requires you to have 20 years work experience and 20,000 hours to be able to retire, plus the age. But because mine was medical, I was already in the clear.
You probably was close to that anyway, right?
Man, I had 42,000 work hours.
So you doubled that. You already had the 20 years.
Right. So it was a no-brainer. It's not like I was just trying to finesse the system and, fake an injury or illness and just get some paperwork. It wasn't that. By me having responsibility, I was beating that drum almost every day. Every day. Out of a year, 365, 340 of them, I was hitting it, I would take time off to go. If my wife had an event somewhere, I would go with her and be her security and be her photographer and videographer and make sure everything was right. But other than that, man, I was handling my business.
If I'm correct, your wife also works with you with Moore Books.
Yes. She is the beauty and the brains.
Well, I had the chance to talk with her, and she told me during our conversation that at Moore Books, you are Mr. Moore.
I am. We have to keep that separate because, believe it or not, I get soft around her and I kind of let her have her way. But if I'm not J-Mo, if I'm not Bear, if I'm not Honey, if I'm James, then I can kind of keep these eyes open for whatever needs to be, caught or stopped or redirected or whatever. But she, man, listen, you talking about having a motivational partner. It's amazing.
So I recently got into another venture, and my wife is my business partner. Will she just tell me what to do all the time? I don't.
Listen,
is there a way around that?
It's not. It's not, and you better listen.
Yeah, but so my question is, does that make her the CEO and I'm a different set of alphabets, or I don't really know.
It makes you you could be whatever you want to be.
Doctors make up me something.
Her rules gonna be different either way.
Okay,
listen,
and I gotta abide by them.
We doing these properties over, man, and I'm talking to the contractors or whatever, and I'm in the Home Depot picking up things. But when there is a decision that needs to be made, I can make the decision, but I'm going to check with her first.
Okay.
Whether it be to a color scheme or a particular appliance that needs to be bought, or what you think about this guy want to charge me this to do this, and this guy want to charge me this to do the same thing.
So my question to you is, have you ever, I'm sure I know the answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. During my process of that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this because I think this is gonna work right there. And she hands down absolutely disagreed. And I put my foot down and I got what she said. I put my foot down and I got what she said I should have got.
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you, because I've sat down and studied this process, during my retirement. I have, figured out you got to ask more questions so you won't be asked, because your answer going to always be wrong.
Yeah,
so,
my answer's wrong.
Hey, what do you think if I blankety blankety blank?
Right.
And then you get an answer that you want. No, I don't think you need to do that, or we need to do this, or you need to get this one, or the choice, if it's a choice between A and B, don't make it.
So I don't get to make the decision.
No.
Wait. Even if I ask what should I do, and you give me the answer, I should wait till
Go with that.
Okay, go with whatever you give me.
Go with whatever.
Don't
you
make
give
my
me.
own decision.
No,
Okay.
no.
He said no.
No. Because I don't know how it works out. It's gonna always come back to that dumb decision you made.
The dumb decision.
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't have da. Yeah.
Hey.
I remember I asked you.
Right.
Okay. So, full disclosure, while we was putting some stuff together, I ordered something, and I was like, I think this is good. And she was like, I think it's not. You'll have another one there tomorrow. I already ordered it.
See? So before you hit click or send or buy or whatever the case may be, babe, look at this. What do you think about this?
Okay, so what do you do when you do that? Hey, look at it. What do you think about this? And they be like, yeah. And then you buy it. And then they say, well, I ain't told you to get it yet.
You gotta ask more questions.
Yeah, because I just had to send it back and get a refund. Yeah, because I'm not going to be right.
Never.
Yeah, not going to be right. All right, so let's get into something fun.
Let's do it.
I'm going to tell you a word, and you're going to tell me the first thing coming to your mind when I say it.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Go easy on me.
No, it's just fun stuff. You ready? Success.
Big time. I got to use one word. I could just.
You can have it. Could be a sentence or a paragraph.
Big time goal to be successful. 1, because it'll leave a lifetime legacy. 2, because I get to enjoy it without being stressed or while being stress free. Being successful is easy. It's just not easy to get to. You know, you got to have that grind. You got to have that testing period. You got to have the trial and error.
Gotta fail a lot of times.
You gotta fail. But when you come out of that valley and reach the mountaintop, man, it is a thing. Trust me, it's a thing.
Okay. Fun.
I'm gonna go against the grain. It's not something that I can have, or it's not something that I enjoy doing. It's me seeing other people happy. That's what I get my most enjoyment out of.
So you most enjoy seeing other people
happy and enjoying themselves. I think I get that from my grandma.
Okay. Grandmother.
My wife's favorite word. Love, resilience, dedication.
All right, so I'm done with that part. Now I want to get into something a little bit different, because I know the relationship you have with your grandmother. How would you describe y'all's relationship?
I'm always learning from her. Sometimes we cut the food and I tease her and she tease me back. Some of the things my grandma would say, man, y'all won't understand. She is a character. But I've, a lot of life lessons, man, come from her. And it's always humility. It's always modesty. Not cheating yourself, but it's always modesty. You don't have to be too flashy. You can enjoy yourself, but you still got to respect yourself and respect others. And just being, of good service to everybody else. That's a blessing in itself.
Humbleness works.
Yeah, that's it.
Humility works.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. Your grandmother, man, she is.
Yeah.
I love her to pieces.
She is it.
And I'm coming for some greens real soon.
All you got to do is let her know, man.
I'm coming for some greens real soon.
Yeah. Now, this is what she would say. All right, don't tell me you're going to do something
and don't do it. J-Mo, how many times I heard that?
Yeah, every time you see her.
All right, so let's tell the people something that nobody knows about you. So this is a one reveal that nobody knows about you. Or let me rephrase that. Very little people know. Very few people know about you.
I don't have any secrets.
It's not necessarily a secret. For example, I had in my mind been working on a sitcom for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Many people don't know that. In my mind, I'm working on this sitcom called Cousins.
Okay.
But many people don't know
Yeah,
that.
I didn't
So
even
it's
know.
not necessarily a secret. It's just that everybody don't know.
Don't know
this.
it, yeah. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna have to put it on myself. I wish I could remake some decisions I made growing up. I think that's about it. I'm gonna just go there. Everybody does. Hindsight 2020. But other than that, I'm an open book, man.
Okay. Well, let's go. All time greatest song ever written or recorded in history. One song ever recorded.
I'm not.
Yes, you got to. It's the question. You got to give me one song that you feel like is ultimately the best song ever written. If you need me to go first, let me know because I'm ready.
You can go first.
As Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah, that's
As the world
nice.
revolving.
Well,
and the rosebud of the bloom in early May. Yeah, that's me.
so I can't narrow that down because it can be, listen, it can be a motivator or it could be a tearjerker.
I gave you one song. You got to give me one song. Are you going to ride around every day with a motivator or a tearjerker? I mean, in the car, that's the only song you're going to be able to listen to. One song. Greatest song ever written. Stevie Wonder as.
So I'm having a hard time choosing between a rap song and a gospel song, so I'm going to kind of go in the middle. Frankie, we won. We are one. I'll go with that. That's it.
Rest in peace, baby.
Yeah, rest in peace, Frankie. That's it. That's the one.
I could get jiggy with that.
That's the one.
I can get jiggy with that.
But man, I could have went any genre on that.
Okay, Outkast or UGK?
I'm gonna go with Cass. Sorry.
Method,
rest in peace, Pimp C.
Method Man or Redman?
Meth.
All day. Bobby Brown or Johnny Gill?
Bobby.
Don't be cruel.
Bobby had the moves. Bobby had the moves.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny couldn't dance.
No,
he could sing.
He could sing, yeah.
He could sing.
But Bobby was an entertainer.
And he could dance,
yeah.
bro. Let's see. Salt or pepper?
Spinderella.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, brother. I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you. Anything you want the people to know about anything you doing and coming up, any events you got coming up, anything that people need to be aware of, any bookstores or sellings or anything you're doing with your literacy?
Yeah.
Telling people anything.
Yeah. Moore Books, www.moorebooksllc.com is always open. We're not trying to make a bunch of money out of this. We just want interaction. So visit the website. We're available on all social media platforms. Events that are happening, just let us know. We try to, I don't want to say donate because we don't throw money away, but we try to promote ourselves to the public, to youngsters. We about to give back at Moore Books because I had a village. And I just want to be a part of somebody else's village.
It takes a village.
It does.
So can you give the people the way they can get in touch with you?
Yeah. If you put Moore Books in your search, it'll come up www.moorebooksllc.com. And that's on all
platforms,
social media platforms,
okay.
All of them, yeah.
Well, we here at Clever Conversations would like to give you a appreciation. Thank you for taking of your time.
A black box.
Yeah. On the airplane, what happens is when crash or something, they always look for the black box.
yeah.
And so what we have here is the black box.
Wow.
So we like to say thank you for your time. And you can look at
Thank
it, read
you.
it, open
I
it. Let
appreciate this.
Let us know if you like it. See what's in it.
Thank you for having a clever conversation with me.
Okay, I appreciate. You're welcome.
Another thing, I do enjoy getting gifts. Oh wow. Oh wow. So I got 2 wristbands. The Clever Conversations podcast, which we are on. I'm not gonna put these on yet. I got a mug.
What does it say?
J-Mo. The Clever Conversations podcast. This is really nice. This is, hey, look at this. I love getting gifts, man. You gonna make me emotional.
What does the back say?
I had a clever conversation. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It's been a while since I've been out. I'm thankful to you and your team for inviting me to come out, man, and, give some of my...
Something else in there?
Yeah, I got pens. Man, I got keychains.
Cigar, maybe?
Last but not least, a 52 gauge.
What does it say?
I can't see this little rat without my glasses, man.
It says this.
Clever Smoke. Wow. This is logo. Man, this is awesome. This is amazing, man.
Hand rolled. Hand rolled Maduro.
Yeah, it is. Now I can feel it now that you say that. I see the veins and the leaves and all, man. Thank you, cuz.
Thank you, baby.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Again,
Wow.
J-Mo, thank you for coming through and blessing us with your time. Yeah. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge and your wisdom and understanding of life. We appreciate it. And so I just want to, we end every show by saying two fingers, one love. Thank you for attending. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment.
Share.
Like, subscribe, comment, share. We got some more stuff coming soon, man. It's your man Clever. We out here. Peace.